Stories, I'm a fool for your love.
Okay, well, I am balancing a light therapy lamp on my camera, so fingers crossed it won't fall. Second time trying this. Hey, welcome to a new vlog and welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about food, and because that is quite a sensitive topic for a lot of people, especially on the internet, I want to say the right words, so I've typed everything out, and especially in this video I'm gonna look down quite a bit because otherwise I don't know what to say. First, here's a disclaimer. I am not a nutritionist, a doctor, whatsoever. I'm just sharing my experiences. Also, if you were triggered in a negative way when talking about food, I want you to stop this video. I don't want to harm anyone by sharing my story. So now that's out of the way. Last thing, this video is in 2 parts and you're watching part 2 at the moment. If you want to see more why I eat what I eat and my food journey, then click right here because that is part 1. So I'm creating this video mainly because I love food. Food is a huge part of my life, and that's why I want to create what I eat in a day videos in the future. I love those videos. It's kind of like day in the life videos, which I also love, but then about food. So that makes it even better. But if I create those videos, I can expect some questions about why I eat what I eat and what I eat and don't eat. So I decided to create these 2 videos. So if there are questions in the future, then I can always refer you to these 2 videos. First and foremost, I am not on a specific diet. I come from a family with an eating disorder history, and I have friends with eating disorders, so I know how dangerous obsessing about food can be. That's why I don't want to restrict myself with eating and with food, but I do want to know what's best for me. This way I can fully enjoy life and eating foods without being in pain, physically or mentally. In my other video I talked about my food journey. In this story I said that there were 4 things that I keep in mind while choosing what to eat, and those 4 things are cross allergy with hay fever, depression and mental issues, IBS and acne. If you want to know more about those subjects and how I got to know why I had what I had, blah blah blah, then I refer you to the other video, and you can click right there. If you have any questions, just ask away if they aren't answered in one of these 2 videos. As of everything in life, things go with ups and downs. Besides, every day is different. We do different activities and there are different seasons, and that means I don't always look at those 4 things. Sometimes I feel great and life is going well, and then I feel like I can cheat with the foods I have to be careful with mentally wise. Other times I feel down, or I'm on my period, or both, and then I restrict myself more with the foods that I eat, because there are foods that I need to be careful with mentally wise. With acne it's the same thing. Sometimes my skin looks flawless, and then I feel like I can cheat a bit with the foods that I need to be careful with for my skin. Other times my skin doesn't look that good and I have quite a lot of acne, so then I want to eat foods that help clear my skin and not make it any worse. It's a different story with IBS and the cross allergy. The cross allergy is with hay fever, so it's at its worst at hay fever time, so then I'm more alert. It also depends on the people I'm with. If I'm having an important meeting or if I'm on a date, then I don't want to get an extremely itchy nose, whilst when I'm with family or with friends, we might just laugh about it. For IBS, I look mainly at the activities that I'm doing that day. If I have to stand or walk the entire day, then I shouldn't eat certain foods. Also, when I'm away and I know going to the toilet is a bit more difficult, then I have to keep my IBS in mind. If I'm home alone on the couch all day, then I sometimes can't be bothered and I just eat what I want to eat. The last thing that I find interesting and I don't take for granted is my health. I want to eat healthy because that's what's best. Whoa. I want to eat healthy because that's what's best for me. You only get one body, so I have to take care of it. I don't want to go into too much detail yet because I don't feel ready to share this story yet. But I was depressed a couple of years ago and I couldn't even look in the mirror because I felt disgusted. I hated my body and nothing could change it. Whoa! Whew. Another thing I shouldn't take for granted is my lighting. When I was 20 years old, I heard I carry a cancer gene. In 5 years I have to go to hospital and then my trajectory will start. All of a sudden I had a mind shift. I am 22 at the moment and I am healthy still. My body looks amazing and it does everything and anything to protect me. So I have to take care of it too. That's all I want to share about that subject for now. Because I'm not ready to share more about that yet. But it did make me want to eat as healthy as possible while still being able to eat what I want. It also helped me a lot with how I look at myself and my body, and what I just said, when I look in the mirror right now, which I can, then I just see what my body can do, and I am very proud of my body and I love it. So again, that's why I want to take care of it. So now I'm gonna share what I just talked about, those 4 things. Here it is. First, the cross allergy. With the cross allergy, I have to be careful with potatoes, pineapples, apples, shrimps, squids, mussels, bell peppers, pears, snails, tomatoes and carrots. Super random foods, but that's just what my body reacts to. And now that I know, then that makes it a lot easier. For my mental issues, I look at my Ayurveda dosha. If you don't know what Ayurveda is, I will put a link in the description below, or you can just look it up online. It's a traditional alternative medical treatment. I have mainly the Pitta dosha, so I keep that in mind when I'm feeling down or not myself. And I'm also paying attention if foods are acidic or alkaline. I don't respond well to acidic foods, which are most of the time processed foods. Alkaline foods are most of the time healthy or considered healthy. When eating healthy, I don't really have to look at those types of foods anymore because that happens naturally. Like, that's naturally going well then. For my IBS, I need to be careful with lactose, fructose, processed foods, fizzy drinks, dressings, sauces, coffee and wheat. Not wheat, but wheat from bread. I find this weird to say because, you know, I'm a Dutchie and people think we use wheat all the time, which we don't. Especially not me, I've never tried it. But okay, not only those things, because you can expect that it's not very healthy for you, like for example the processed foods and the fizzy drinks, but also lactose. A lot of people know nowadays that it's not considered the healthiest. But I also have to be careful with cabbage, kale, legumes, onion, garlic and bell peppers. There's also something called the Low-FODMAP diet. I have been looking for information about that, but I do want, if I try the Low-FODMAP diet, then I want to do that with a nutritionist and not by myself. So to be continued. Maybe I'll do that in a couple months, maybe in a couple years, maybe never, but just so you know. And then last but not least, my acne. still learning about it and trying what works and what not. But at the moment, I've noticed that I have to be careful with processed foods, lactose, sugar. Those things are quite common. But also asparagus, beetroot, almost all types of fish, spinach, seaweed, potatoes, all types of beans, corn, legumes, peanuts and tomatoes. So as you may or may not have noticed, if I would eat completely healthy all the time, not only would that be best for me, it would also ensure that I would have less struggles with those 4 things. Still though, there are very healthy foods in each category that I have to be careful with. So there's also a reason why I don't want to restrict myself by not eating all of those things anymore, because they are actually quite healthy for you and some of them are really healthy for you. It totally depends on how I'm feeling, what I'm doing that day and what season it is. I hope I've given you enough information and explanation. There are 2 things that I want to add. First thing is that I still live with my parents. They are carnivores, so we eat meat or fish almost every single day. But when I move out, I want to include more vegetarian and vegan meals, and even maybe a vegan day or vegetarian day in a week. So yeah, to be continued. And the other thing are my supplements. I take 4 supplements every single day. I may talk about that more in depth in a future video, but I have chosen these ones together with my doctor. I take vitamin D, vitamin B12, fish oil, and a multivitamin thingy for women. That's that for today. If you haven't seen the other video yet and you want to watch it, click right there. I am so looking forward to be able to create what I eat in a day videos in the future. And yeah, I hope you find this interesting. Give a thumbs up if you did, subscribe if you haven't already, and click the bell for notifications. And other than that, I hope I will see you next week again. Bye! Okay, careful, careful!